Everything in those days was turvy-topsy. Is that how you say it? I didn't know what I was doing, but my sessions with Mama Hutea prepared me for standing alone. And when the whole world was dark, I kept dreaming about the light of God. I determined that if and when I truly became king, the first thing I would do is fetch that Ark of the Covenant from Kiriath Jearim and see if we could get the glory to show up again. I thought long and hard about the example of little Samuel, of his sleeping with the Ark of the Covenant, and of his difficult and sacrificial obedience. Indeed, God did not strike him dead, and I can only conclude that it was those two things that kept the Lord from carrying out his dreadful promises: innocent, intimate worship and costly, sacrificial obedience. I began to imagine what it might look like in my own life. I wasn't sure that it would work, but I was willing to give it a try. And you've seen the result. Worship, 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 and give, give, give. The first time we pulled back the curtains from the Ark of the Covenant, we only invited a handful of people, selected for their godliness and humility, and a handful of musicians and dancers. If God was going to kill everybody, I wanted it to be a small number. But the curtains went back, and nobody died. We worshiped and sang and danced with all our might. I'm not sure we saw any glow or cloud that first time, but we certainly had a glow in our hearts. That was enough to keep us going. We'd been worshiping for 3 months, night and day, before anyone saw the first glimmer. True, it wasn't a column of fire, but it was a glow, and that was enough. It was the middle of the night. I was asleep in bed. I had given everyone clear instructions that if the glory ever came and appeared, they were to come and pound on my door till I was awake. I threw on my robe and slippers and ran out the door and down the hill to the pavilion. This was before we built the big one you saw tonight. It was about the beginning of the third watch, the very darkest hour of the night, and there, right above the mercy seat, was a pale blue cloud. It seemed to pulsate with the music. We fell on our faces, but the musicians kept playing and the dancers kept dancing. And nobody died! David threw up his hands in a giant V and laughed. That is all I live for, to see the glory of the Lord and the beauty of the Lord and the beautiful things that come